this is the water bearing or cutlass bearing in here. So it's got a brass piece that goes here, and then this is an aluminum housing, and it's got to get either pressed out or pulled out. So I've got to develop something to do that. So basically I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of metal and lay it over this, and I think I'm going to drop a piece of threaded rod down inside of there, and then basically cut a piece that I can push down like this and turn, and then it'll grab onto here, and then I'll just take and crank the threaded rod up, and that should pull that sucker out of there. They recommend with the new one that you freeze it so it's small, because it'll shrink, you know, when it gets colder. Shrink just enough to drop it in there, and then when it, you know, when it warms back up, it'll swell and take up the space, and then you'll have a perfect fit. So we'll see. I'll show you in a second what I come up with. All right, so I've made a puller. So this is the brand new cutlass bearing, okay? And actually, I'll read this off. So this is Duramax Marine LLC, serial number, part number looks like 4565180MM. And then this has a serial number on it, which is pretty cool. So DuramaxMarine.com. I don't know if so this is but I got it from so essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to push it down through there, and then it's going to end up on the other side, so it almost fits in here, which means I can push it through, but I'm not going to do that to the brand new cutlass bearing. The old one down there, I think I'm going to put some stuff on this and to help slide it down through there. So I'm going to slide it down through there, then it'll be down in there like that. And then what I'll do is I'll put this bar across with a couple pieces of wood on top to protect the wear ring, and then I'll tighten the nut down, and this thing should pull that cutlass bearing out of there. So, see if my calculations are correct. All right, so we're gonna spray a little on this guy, on there. Okay. Push this down through the old cutlass bearing. Oh, like a dream. So then we'll take this like this, like that. 2 pieces of wood, like that, and like this. You always want to try and spread the load as much as you can on something like this so you don't damage something. I know that because I have damaged some things. So that's how you learn. There's other methods for this. You know, some people were talking about how, so I'm just going to basically set this thing. There's other methods, you know, some people were talking about how they is not doing it. Okay, so what I'm thinking is happening here is it's just not bent out enough. So I basically have to push it back down through there. Then I'm gonna try and bend the ends out. They were fairly easy to bend, so. I'm thinking that might have done it, but. Basically just bending those tabs out. So I'm going to use another bar, a thicker bar so I can bend them even more. A lot more to grab there now. I'm feeling like that might have done it, but I'm going to even go a little bit bigger with the bar and bend them even more. Oh yeah. So what I'm... Okay, so now it's actually spanning across that whole thing. Let's see what we can do. I just put this little O-ring just so I wouldn't lose it, but it's not the most important thing in the world. I have replacement O-rings. So, all right, game time, baby. We got a little more resistance here. All right, so as you can see, I'm threading on a piece of aluminum here. What happened was, as I was tightening this, I got it to grab, but then the thread stripped because I was just using a regular nut. Well, if you have more threads to grab onto, that won't happen. So what I did was I just took this piece of aluminum that I'd cut off for a different project and basically threaded it. So now I've got like 1.25 inches of threads. Sorry that you have to watch me thread this down. So basically this is the you know, the evolution of this thing, and I think it should work out pretty good. But now I got a lot to grab, so we should get this thing out. And I can also put a bar on this if I need to, so I got extra leverage. So I'm liking how this is turning out here. But that nut actually messed up the threads on the rod, so that showed me that I got enough to grab onto down there. I just have to get, hope it's straight enough to not give me all kinds of hassle here. Probably gonna zip this thing off with a hacksaw so that I don't have to oh no. Apparently that's not gonna work. Threads pulled out of the bottom of my thing there, so that grabs enough apparently, but we got some failures in our puller, so that's gonna be it for now, and while I build another one.